let's see. Okay, cool. So if everything went correctly, we are up and running. So let's see. Oh, yeah, it's true. We are. Okay, great. Hey, my name is Phil Kearney. I create role-playing games. I illustrate them online. Yeah, I publish content online. Right now, I'm focusing my attention on Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, specifically the Eberron campaign setting, which I've been making use of, I think, pretty much like since 2006, something like that. Anyway, this is a book cover that we created for the Crystals of Mabar upcoming adventure in the Carnwood and Eberron campaign for level 7th and 8th level characters. Yeah, book cover. You can see creating that. Here's the full list of 230 some odd episodes of us making all the maps and all the artwork for it in the playlist here. Some of the other books I've created so you can see the process of, well, you can check out the Spelljammer Combat and Exploration book that I published on DMsGuild to see the process of me building a book, which we'll be going through with this adventure once we get to that stage. The Color Mana Spell Point variant rule system, Spell Point Warlocks, Pacts of Patrons, Theurgy. Check that stuff out on DMsGuild. They all have extensive free previews for you to take advantage of, and if you think some of this stuff is cool, consider buying it. Almost everything I have has a lot of tokens and additional assets to make playing games easy. So, yeah, thanks for checking this stuff out. Let's see. I'm going to my reference image here. Grab some dark. Grab some light. Good to go. Now we'll make a light and dark layer here. When you're colorblind, you need to use color references from photos and other illustrations to make sure that you're using the right colors. After, I don't know, what am I, 48 now? After 20 years, I can trust the RGB up in the corner here to tell me what kind of colors am I working with. So I can get a general idea of where I'm at, like, how to say, academically, I understand at this point where I'm at with the art. But I don't actually like the composition of it, like the aesthetics and stuff. I'm just guessing and learning from the illustrations of other artists that are, better than I am. So learn from your betters, But once you have your palette selected, it's pretty much just grayscale painting, which I can do just fine. It's all value. Value being like how light or dark something is. So don't cry for me, Argentina. But if you know anyone who's colorblind that's decided to tackle the insane challenge of being a color painter, you are welcome to send them my way. I would love to share. Otherwise, just kick back. It's kind of a steady hall environment. I'm going to ramble about some stuff, about whatever stuff I want to ramble about. A lot of times I don't even know. And mostly just distracting my mind to let the pixels flow. The body knows what it wants to do. It has its mission of colorizing this imp. And it has its basic color palette to do it with. At this point, it's my job just to get the hell out of the way and let the pixels flow. So that's what I'm doing, turning off my brain. Best way I know to turn off my brain is to just kind of get on a topic that's interesting enough to distract my attention from the work that I'm doing. But hopefully in a productive manner. That. We do this comic book style. We do the line art, then we do flats. Once the flats are filled in, then we do highlights and shadows. And then a lot of times I like to, and I think I'll do that with this one, I like to merge them together and kind of blend the artwork into the color. So then it starts to look like less comic booky. More highlights, more bright. Bring the face forward. Them birds am chirping. Chirping birds. Up here in Seattle. Fine late April day. Thank you, Timely Timer. I've got a 20-minute timer clicking through to make sure I don't lose track of time altogether, but also to make sure that I'm not spending too much time in any one place or like mincing on details unnecessarily. It's just a 20-minute timer to allow me to reset or reconsider where I'm at. There. That feels pretty good. Cool, let's do that. And then we can take all these things like that, and we can duplicate the layer like that, and then merge it all down like this, so it's a single layer. And then we'll blend. We'll blend a little bit, and then we'll move on to the next thing, whatever that is. One of the main villains in the adventure, Karen the Enchanter, she has the Flock of Familiars spell. So she can summon a swarm of up to 4 imps to patrol and do things for her while she's babysitting the ritual. So they can be just randomly encountered in the dungeon that she's in. And if the team does, and they don't dispose of the imps quickly, they will alert Solzu, or Karen rather, that there are intruders. And so it'll be difficult to get the drop on the villains if they know about your arrival. And they fly around invisibly, so it's really difficult to avoid them. So it's assumed that the villains are going to have awareness of the team. If the team pokes their nose in deep into the dungeon at all, like into quarantined regions, if they get to where commoners aren't supposed to be, then the villains are going to find out about you. good. And we'll put this in here like this as well. I don't think I have a lot of artists that follow the channel, but if there are any, if I can get to 500 subs, I'll place the brushes that I use on my Patreon channel, free of charge for folks to grab up and use. Good. Good. Started the Warforged and Machine supplement for Spelljammer and Eberron last night. You can check out that stream. It's episode number 1 in my playlists down below. Mecha in 5th edition is super easy. I already have the scaffolding built in the Spelljammer book that I have linked down below that I showed earlier. The fighter craft mechanics we have already work, but we did a little deeper dive into damage and scaling, as well as the basic stat blocks for the vehicles, like the War Titans and Firecraft, that we can implement, as well as speed limits for flight and movement for airships and ground vehicles in Eberron, versus like full tilt for Spelljammer ships. This is blending pretty nicely. There we go. Yeah, it's feeling pretty good. There we go. I like the silhouette a lot. It feels really, really good. Yeah, it feels pretty good. Let's drop this in like that. There, good. Double CC thick. Pigtail. Some easy anatomy, nothing too complicated. I'm here 10 times per week. Monday through Friday in the morning like this, I'm doing Eberron art for tokens and maps. And once we get to page layouts, then it'll be finding where we need interior spot art to fill in gaps. And once we have all those gaps done, the maps done, the tokens done, we'll be able to publish. And we'll move on to the next project. Good looking little imp, man. I'm happy with that. Thank you, Timely Timer. No one keeps time like you, little clock. That's a fact. I like how people that are enthusiastic about their opinion will punctuate it with the statement that it's a fact. Like, just because you're extra enthusiastic about it doesn't make it like an empirical truth. Just amuses me. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Just a little touch more, but this my muse is telling me that she's done with this piece. So it's just a little 1-inch token, a little 300 pixel piece. It's not meant to be like a half-page illustration or anything like that. It's just a little token. But we've got dozens of these things included in the zip file for the book once it publishes. All the creatures that are in the book. Just clean up that line here just a little bit. I hear you, coffee pot. Harumph indeed. Oh, life's tough. Nothing hurts like love. My coffee pot is sad. Straighten that out. And there we go. Nope. It's a little touchy. There. That's pretty good. That feels pretty good. Yeah, let's just hit the save button there. This guy's done. Color. Burp, burp. Here's the animated save that we made previously. And now here's our imp. That looks great. Captain Carl on deck. What's up, buddy? Got Solzu's looking good. Lab assistant's looking pretty scrappy. Red Wolf Mercenaries, kind of scrappy. Houndsman, very scrappy. Karen the Enchantress, scrappy. Emerald Claw, Mooks, not even. I gotta get back into those dudes. Not right now, but it's gotta get done. 705, okay, we're doing good here. Let's work on Solzu some more. I like him. Let's do some cleanup on this guy. He's pretty good. Just needs a little bit of work. So merge that down, and we'll get into the coloration of it. Solzu is the head necromancer, leading this foray. He has activated the ritual using the artifact Eye of Mabar. And it is gleefully killing him. Feels pretty good. Just want to dial in. Yeah, it feels pretty good. Clean up the art. Just want to clean up the line art a little bit. I don't need to redraw the whole thing at this point. I'm happy with how it sits. Just needs a little refinement. Cleanup isn't quite right. Isn't quite the right term to use. I'm not really interested in cleaning him up. I want it dirty because he is being rotted away. But I do want to make sure that the line art I use is intentional. Just cleaning up. Like I said, I'm here 10 times. I've streamed 10 times per week, 5 days. Monday through Friday in the morning like this. Mondays and Thursday nights like last night. Monday through Friday in the morning we do token art and maps for Eberron like this. And on Mondays and Thursday nights we do Spelljammer stuff, whether it's Eberron related content or Magic the Gathering or whatever. And then on at lunchtime here in Seattle, on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays, including today, We work on game development, so we'll be working on the martial power system some more today in preparation for the playtest that we'll have tomorrow morning. I'm looking forward to that. Hoping everyone is going to be involved. It's going to be back on board. Hey, Nitro, it's good to see you. It's nice tonight, my guy. Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, this guy is utterly fucked. I hope your game goes well. Anyone that doesn't know Nitro here, he was a playtester in a few iterations of the adventure. He was a player, and then once we were content with the content, he has been DMing the adventure for his team as well. And he's pretty much down to what, like tonight's the last night, I think, for the conclusion. So I appreciate you doing that, man. The feedback's been really helpful. We had another DM, just a rando that was just willing to run the thing. He ran it in 3 sessions, just the fourth act, just the final act. And he said, after he modified it, which DMs should be willing to do, is just to grab the content and modify it as needed. But after modifying it, it made for a good 10-hour dungeon romp that he was happy to run through, and the team liked it. So. It's fun to imagine the ways his body is falling apart with the crystal around him is keeping his body in place. Yeah. Yeah. Feels pretty good. That also feels real good. Yeah, that's decent line art. I'm just gonna let that be. I'm gonna let that be W. What? Duplicate. Trash drawer. Color. Hide the black and white. Take a moment here to reflect. Pause. All right, so let's, well, I guess the easiest thing to do would be to grab the cover. Go with a base. snitch there. I spy with my eye text along the side. Hold on, give me a second. What do you imagine are the sensory effects of the convergence of Umbar in this chamber? Just feeling you something to... just feeling you something to ramble about? Right on, man. Thanks. Appreciate that, truly. So the manifest zone itself... here we go. So the fog that rolls out through the facility is originating in the chamber where the ritual is occurring. And that's kind of like rolling into the side, like there's the room and the top is gone. There's no roof, even though it's underground. You can see up into the sky where the moon is at, and the channel, the beam of energy radiating from out of it towards the moon. The chamber, it's kind of like in Lego. If you lift the lid off of a building, that's kind of the same effect that we're looking at here, and then it just opens up into the blackness of the bar, eternal night. And but the miasmic fog that permeates the region just, like I said, just kind of rolls in off the sides, off the top, from nowhere. Like what separates the sky from the ridge of the chamber around, like in the planetarium, as it were, is the smoke, is the fog that's rolling in from the bar into the chamber and then rolling through out the exits. And so the actual chamber itself is fairly clear of fog, and so it's kind of a creepy stillness. And then there's the pathways that lead from the chamber that have rotted into the sides, that are basically like side tunnels that eventually just spill out into empty landscape, the Midbar landscape. So you can creatures can come from that passage. If you try to leave the ritual chamber down those passages, it eventually just kind of shuts in with the amount of crystal growth that's caked it over. So it eventually just dead ends. But if you're coming from a bar, it opens up into that channel. So you can be looking at a wall of dank crystals, and then like a shadow kind of like rolls through it and manifests form in front of the characters as whatever random creature it is that you rolled up. And so you can like add mobs at any time in the ritual nexus chamber, or feed them out as a monster generator, feed them from that area into the facility as a whole at the larger scale. And like, this is where these things are coming from. Like, where are these monsters coming from? It's like they're just rolling in. They're literally just rolling in from a bar and then exiting the area. And for the most part, just find their way out from the facility, either through the cemetery or through the sunken, through the flooded chambers out into the flooded fort. Or through the flooded chambers out the shaft at the front entrance. Oof, detail. You know, now I'm just really curious. Hold on, I'm gonna go on a tangent here real quick. Let's see. Creation, collaborations, gathering the realms, outer planes. Here's a map that a map of the planes I created, and this is the point of interest that we have, number 14, Gehenna, blue and black. Interesting. Cool. Let's do like this. I'm apparently tired, so I'm not talking a lot. Let's do this. No, that's feeding backwards. That's better. Let's do it like this. Something like that. Yeah, I'm excited about that. About the mecha book. It seems like it's gonna be it right now before Scope Sprawl starts sinking in. The basic tenets of it seem pretty tight. I'm still working on like what different components do I actually need in the book. The construction is pretty basic, which we ran over. Melee weapon mechanics were pretty easy. Probably need to figure out weapon weight scaling, as well as defense perks and like maneuver stuff that we were talking about. Yeah, it feels pretty good so far. Just gonna drop this in like that. There we are. Duplicate that layer, retransform, flip horizontal, march down. So far, so good. So far, so good. I did not get good sleep last night. I can tell by how quiet I'm being. Where are my hot takes? Where is my rage? It is absent on this day. Alas. Earwax. But yeah, I like the design. I like how all the components are coming along. It's doing okay. I need a... Is that the proper way to do this? Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. It's transform, flip horizontal, line up, merge down, duplicate, filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Something like that. Something like that. Oh, interesting. I didn't think about that. Something like that. I'm not convinced yet. I'm not convinced yet. We'll figure out that mass. Weird that I have to figure it out. Where is the... Where I have... Am I crazy? Oh, wait a second. Is it actually... Hold on. I feel like I'm going mad. Here. Redub, eye color, back to this, hit save. What am I trying to get to? Right now. Nope. No. No. I guess I'm not crazy. I guess it is over there. Hold on. I gotta find my references. I've lost reference. Huh. Nope, nothing there. Keep chunk? Nope. Whites. Reference. Shadow Mound, Shadow Mastiff, Revenant. Maybe there's reference I can pull here. No? Bone Knight. No. Assassin Vines, no. Bargas, no. Where did I get that reference from? I hear you, buddy. I got another 10 minutes. And I gotta bounce out of here. I'm trying to find... Well, I do need that. Duplicate this and bring it into Act 3. Good. And let's go back to here. Pick that up. Where was it? No need to save that. File. Open. No. Nothing of high value here. I guess, geez, I know I pulled up a reference for Ader Academy Eberron. There you go, buddo. Reference. Perfect. Free transform. Good enough. Good, 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 good. Dim birds, they're just excited to be alive. Let's start off with just a base color here. Burp, burp, burp. There we go. Grab some highlighty bits. Darkety bits. Bits. There, like that. Just keeping in mind the light source in the piece is going to be fairly muted. We're gonna have to work a radiance out of the iris here, but that won't affect the background very much. So we go with a secondary light source back here. I'll catch the top of the garment. There, and then being there. Just work that into the canvas. Like that. There we go. Thank you, Timely Timer. That's it for now. I'm going to go ahead and bounce out of here. I'm going to be back at lunchtime, so I'll be back on in about 6 hours, maybe 5.5, 6 hours-ish. We'll continue working on martial powers at lunch, and then I'll have my play test for martial powers tomorrow morning. Yes. And then we will be back on Monday to continue working on Solzu and some of the other token pieces. And lunchtime on Monday, we'll be back to Monday. Monday. Solzu in the morning, lunchtime for martial powers. Tomorrow, Monday night for more Spelljammer. Tuesday Tuesday, my day is scuttled. I have to go downtown, so I won't be on at lunchtime. But I will be here for the morning. And then on Wednesday, I'll be here in the morning. And then Thursday morning and evening as expected. And then Friday back to, morning, lunch, and evening. Yeah, cool. So, and then that'll spill us into May. So, all right. That's it for now. I will catch you guys in a few hours. Cheers.